Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our podcast, Living Words in the Quran. This is Pauline and Omar. Last time we've spoken about the hidden secrets of Surah Al-Asr and how it's really important to communicate with each other. And now we are going on, but this time with Ramadan. But before we start, we have a couple of questions to ask before it begins. Have we ever asked ourselves about the meaning of the fasting? Why are we fast?
Yes, and we often think about what we will eat and when and so on. It's really disturbing and strange that we are consuming more food in Ramadan than in the other months. So it will be better really to go a little bit deeper into the subject and ask the meaning of fasting and where Ramadan originally comes from.
Yeah, exactly. That's another question we have. Where does it actually come from? We don't have know much about this, but we have to take a look in the Quran so that we can find what he says about this. So, in Surah Al-Qadr, we say, "Inna anzalnahu fi laylat al-Qadr," which means that the first verses of Surah Al-Alaq were revealed to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in Al-Qadr night, which was already in Ramadan.
Oh yes, it was in Ramadan, but did he really fast in the cave of Hira? This place was a little bit far away from Mecca, and we don't know. He stayed there a while, and did he take some food with him and drink? Or were there people who provide him with this?
Yeah, that was really indeed Ramadan, wasn't it? Also, the other question is, did the Arabs already practiced fasting before Ramadan? And when it comes to the word Ramadan, we can see that it comes from the ancient Arab word ramda, which means great heat.
Yeah.
In the Al-Qurtubi transferred that to us that when the ancient Arabs tried to name their lunar calendar, they just use the names of a specific phenomenon that happens in a specific month, such as Zul-Qa'dah, we have Al-Hajj, and here in Ramadan we have the fasting and the great heat.
Yes, we have the great heat, and this is true. And fasting means to refrain from eating, drinking, sexual relations, and also from movement. And this is a little bit strange, yes?
Yes, it's a bit strange. Even movement, just laying around all day, without moving, it's just weird. And another question: how could we rationally explain the origins and development of fasting?
So in Surah Baqarah, 183, it's also written that the fasting was prescribed from the people before. So, but who were these people before the Kapliku, and did they all know this?
Yeah, when we take a look about the interpreters, such as Razi, Zamakhshari, the Kathir, and a lot many others, they said the lazina min qablikum means either the Jews or the Christians. When we take a look on the Jews, we find that they have just fasted a couple of 3 or 4 individual days, but they didn't have a long
Fasting tradition. Sure, but fasting emerges as a tradition, as a long period practice with the monasticism in the Egyptian desert. This was during the Christian persecution by the Romans in the first centuries. So there were some monasteries in the Egyptian desert who practiced this for a longer time, yani. And linked to the gospel, when Jesus stayed 40 days in the desert fasting to resist the devil there. And all this tradition maybe has extended to Arabia there.
Maybe, and we have the Arabic resources talks very, very positively about the hermits. They are those Christians who lived alone in a desert by God, and they fasted already 30 days in the summer, but later they added another 20 days and moved the whole period to the spring, which known as the Passion season in today's churches. So yeah, I think that's the desert and fasting goes together.
I think too.
Yeah.
Okay, see you in the next time.